What's up, guys? Today on All Sports Central, we're going to be going over a team that I really do believe is going to come back to life in this 2019 season. That is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Scott Frost, second year at Nebraska now, and he's got a very talented team up and coming. That's what we're going to be talking about here today. They went 4-8 last year. Didn't really turn out too well for Scott Frost's first season. The thing is, though, when you're a new head coach, for most head coaches, the first year isn't always great because you got to rebuild the program and you got to use the players or get new players that you really are going to use. And so for Nebraska, they're just starting to come onto that. I think 2019 will be a huge turnaround year for this team. You got very dangerous quarterback Adrian Martinez. Really looking forward to seeing how he does next season. He put up some crazy stats for his freshman year. And I mean, he's still got a couple of years. I really do believe that he could possibly in a couple of years win the Heisman. If he continues up this incline of the stats that he's having, I definitely think that he's got a really good shot at it. They lose their main 2018 running back, Divino Zigbo. That could make a little bit of a difference here coming into this season. The running back position here is a little bit questionable for them. It's kind of uncertain because you got a couple other running backs, but you got DeAndre Washington, I believe, who was their other running back. But the thing is, though, about him is that he's been having some incidents lately, and so it's unsure whether he's going to play in this 2019 season or not. They do lose their top wide receiver, Stanley Morgan Jr. as well. But they do have J.D. Spielman. However, he will likely be their first wide receiver this upcoming season. He put up some great stats last season as well. They've done great recruiting over the last couple of years. That's also been great for this team. But how high can Nebraska go this season? That's a question that a lot of people are going to be asking. And I really do believe that this team should not have any problem making bowl games over the next couple of decades. I mean, we haven't seen them do near as well as they typically have been over the last couple of years, going 4-8 in both 2017 and 2018 seasons. But I really do believe that after this season, I think we're going to be starting to see Nebraska making some pretty good bowl games. I think that they could easily get 7 wins this season, and I'll talk more about that later. But Big Ten championship chances, it's tough to say right now just because of it being Scott Frost's second year once again. But the thing is, though, the Big Ten West is very up for grabs. You got Wisconsin, you got Purdue, Minnesota, Nebraska. All of these teams, Iowa, all of these teams are all very bind in for that final spot in the Big Ten championship. So it'll be interesting to see who gets it because I think all those teams should be pretty similar. So I think for most of the Big Ten West teams, you need to win your Big Ten West matchups. I mean, this is going to be so competitive. You can't afford to drop a weak game that you shouldn't lose, or a game that's in the Big Ten West, like against a better team like Wisconsin or Northwestern. You cannot give up any of those games this season if you're in the Big Ten West. But yeah, the defense will likely improve. They haven't had a really good defense for the past few years, and I think that will improve this season. It needs to if they're going to have any shot at winning any conference championships. The linebackers, though, may have problems due to losses. They're losing a couple players there. I think that the defense still likely will improve. Their defensive line is pretty good as well. And then now looking at a few stats. You got Martinez, who's got 2,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions from last season. Really, I mean, those are pretty good stats for a freshman, 2,600 yards. And really, for any quarterback, if you're above 2,200 passing yards, that is already great. He's exceeded that by 400-plus yards. So, and he got 17 touchdowns as well, 8 interceptions. I mean, the interceptions rate as well, 17-8. That's really good for a freshman. Divino Zigbo had 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. And then Stanley Morgan had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns as well. So they are losing a Zigbo and Morgan. So that is going to be something that you're going to have to note there. However, I think if they can get someone for the running back position to take over, this offense will definitely probably be one of the best in the Big. Now looking at your schedule, you got South Alabama to start off the season. That should be a win. Colorado on the road, September 7th. That'll be an interesting one just because it's on the road in a different environment, but I think they get the win there as well. Northern Illinois and Illinois, 2 easier wins there. Ohio State, then at home. That's going to be a really interesting one. I think both teams going into that game will be undefeated. And so it'll be interesting to see who wins that one. I think Nebraska pulls that one off. That's probably going to be their signature win of the season, being able to beat Ohio State at home. They wouldn't have had a win like that. I don't think it's been years since Nebraska's gotten a win like that. I think it's going to happen on September 28th against Ohio State. Big stakes on the line then for Ohio State as well. College football playoff chances on the line as well. That's going to be huge. But however, you got 2 hard weeks as well after that. You got Northwestern and Minnesota. They're they're going to drop both of those games, even though they're major in the Big Ten West. They're going to be tougher ones, but I think they do win then the next week against Indiana. That'll be a tougher win there. Then Purdue on the road, that's going to be a loss. Wisconsin, Maryland, and Iowa then to finish off the season. I think they finish off the season with those last 3 games strong, and that leads them into a possible bid at a Big Ten championship game. I'm not for sure if they're going to make it or not, but I think probably at the top of the Big Ten West is probably going to be Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. But the thing is, though, I don't think Minnesota is going to go 9-3, and Wisconsin's probably going to get to 9-3. But the thing is, no, Nebraska is going to beat Wisconsin. So I think Nebraska, it's definitely possible that we can see them make the Big Ten championship. I don't know that they'll win it this year, but I definitely think that they're going to be. There's a possibility there for Nebraska next season. There are 4 major games for the season for Nebraska. Once again, Ohio State, probably their biggest one of the year. Again, you got Northwestern, Wisconsin, and Iowa are your 3 other ones. And you got all of those 3 at home. Minnesota could be on that list as well, but that being on the road. But yeah, many games of those you can win off that 4 major games list. I definitely think that that's going to be huge for Nebraska. But yeah, once again, thanks guys for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Nebraska in the comments below. Once again, very hyped up for the team for the 2019 season. And there's a reason for that. This team really, I do believe, is going to get back to where they used to be. But it's just a matter of years now, and it's a matter of time until Scott Frost is able to do that. Once again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. If you disagree with this, be sure to let me know. I'll be able to reply to all of your comments that you put in the comments below. So, once again, thanks guys all for watching, and stay tuned for more from All Sports Central.